Hello guys, Prion here, and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. And in today's video, I want to propose a set of changes for the Executioner in Dead by Daylight. My favorite killer, my main, I play him so much, and I have some ideas about ways that he can be changed. Now, I want to preface this by saying the Executioner is by no means weak right now. He's definitely an A tier killer, probably up there with the Oni, in that with enough skill, you can win the game with him. However, it would be really hard against really good survivors. You are going to get games with the Executioner, just like the Oni or the Huntress, where the survivors are just too good, and there's nothing you can do because you're not playing Nurse or Blight. But as an A tier killer, there's lots of ways for him to use his skill to win a game. And it's very difficult for the survivors to play around it if you're on your A game. So, I want to address a couple of the pain points for the Executioner. There's really only a couple. The first one is probably the most obvious, that his add-ons suck. Probably some of the worst add-ons in the entire game, besides maybe Nemesis is pretty close to also having add-ons that are as bad. It's no secret that Pyramid Head players only use 3 add-ons, which are Blackstrap, Burning Man Painting, and Wax Doll, which increase the range of Punishment of the Damned. It's basically the only thing you need. Some people I know use the Trail Durations add-ons, which is also pretty good, but all of the other ones are literally worthless. Out of his Purple and Iridescent add-ons, he has 1 that is usable, and that would be the Lost Memories book. All of the other ones are just completely not worth using. And that sucks. Like, you have killers in this game that have amazing purple and red add-ons that, like, completely change the way they play for the better, for worse, or just to make it really fun, like Scratched Mirror Myers. And then you have Pyramid Head over here, who has the Seal of Metatron. When sending a survivor to a Cage of Atonement, tormented survivors are revealed to you for 6 seconds. Like, seriously? It might as well not even be an add-on. It rarely activates. You don't usually have a lot of people tormented at the same time against good survivors. But I digress. The other pain point for the Executioner that I wanted to address is that survivors just, like, run into him when he has his sword in the ground. And that's... I'm by no means am I saying that this is bad on the survivor's part. I'm not saying that I'm mad that I can't hit them when they run into me, because I can hit them when they run into me. But it doesn't make sense in Dead by Daylight for the strategy to dodge a killer's attack to be running into them. So I think to counter that, they should decrease the deactivation speed for Rites of Judgment from 1 second to 0.5 seconds. So 1 second to put his sword in the ground, half a second to take it out. And I think that would counter the whole, like, run into and around him when his sword is in the ground. Because I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense in Dead by Daylight. It's, like, counter-thematic to how the game is supposed to be. Okay. Another change that I propose for Pyramid Head is that Punishment of the Damned should travel consistently on slopes that are, like, not at a certain angle. You should not be able to Punishment of the Damned up the stairs of Midwich in the corner. But if you're on one of those slight little hills or slopes on Swamp, I think your punishment should travel up and down it. I think that would be a really nice quality of life change for the Executioner, but it might be hard to code. Okay, so let's move on to the add-ons. I've changed a lot of Pyramid Head's add-ons. So let's start out with the Browns. The Brown add-ons are completely unchanged. So as you know now, or if maybe you don't know because you don't play him, he has 4 Brown add-ons. The first one, the Lead Ring, increases the duration of trails by 10 seconds. The Dead Butterfly reduces his recharge time on Rites of Judgment by 2 seconds. The Copper Ring increases the power duration of Rites of Judgment by 1 second. And the Black Strap increases Punishment of the Damned's range by half a meter. Those are fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. Moving on to another add-on that is perfectly fine, the Wax Doll. No need to change that. That one increases punishment range by 1 meter. Okay, so let's go into the ones that I have changed. The whole set of add-ons that increase the duration of Killer Instinct while people step on a trail. So you have Leopard Print Fabric, Misty Day Remnants of Judgment, and Scarlet Egg. I've changed all three of these to be survivors stepping on a trail reveal their aura to you instead of triggering Killer Instinct. Leopard Print Fabric would be 1 second, Misty Day Remnants of Judgment would be 2 seconds, and Scarlet Egg would be 3 seconds of aura reading. I think this would be a cool quality of life change for Pyramid Head. It would stop some people who aren't as confident with Punishment of the Damned to feel like they have to run I'm All Ears every single game. And I think more than anything, I feel like the Killer Instinct duration is just completely useless. Like, I've never used one of these add-ons ever because they're so useless. And I think they should just be changed. So aura rating instead of Killer Instinct would just be an awesome quality of life change. I don't think it would be too overpowered, simply because survivors need to be punished for stepping on the trail, and you already kind of track them with Killer Instinct as it is now, as well as sound. So yeah, that's how I would change those three add-ons. The Lost Memories book unchanged because that one's pretty good. It makes the survivors oblivious for 15 seconds after stepping on a trail. Moving on to the Crimson Ceremony book. As of now, this add-on inflicts survivors with hemorrhage after stepping on a trail, only if they are injured. This sucks. Even with the hemorrhage buff, it really doesn't mean anything. So I've changed the Crimson Ceremony book to Punishment of the Damned inflicts the exhausted status effect for 20 seconds on a survivor. I think that would be pretty awesome. If you were able to land a punishment attack in your first chase, then that survivor won't be able to dead hard, which I think would be pretty awesome. I don't think it would be OP because dead hard is OP, and this would just kind of cancel it out. Anyways, on to the Iridescence. This one is going to be a little bit complicated. So first, we have the Obsidian Goblet. The Obsidian Goblet is probably one of the worst iridescent add-ons in the whole game. Executioner gains the undetectable status effect while standing on a trail. How often do you just stand on your own trail for a long period of time? Never, right? So here's what I've changed the Obsidian Goblet to. There are quite a few parts of this. First one, the Executioner can now see the aura of Cages of Atonement. He could do this when he came out, but it was scrapped because he could face camp them. As of now, if you face camp a cage, it teleports. Okay, so first of all, he can see the aura of the cage again. Secondly, the Cages of Atonement will accelerate the sacrifice process by 25%, similar to Monstrous Shrine. When a survivor is caged using this add-on, the survivors will hear a different sound effect to alert them to the fact that the sacrifice will be faster. Next, the relocation buffer zone around the cage is greatly increased. It'll go from 5 meters to 30 meters to prevent camping, now that the Executioner can see the aura of the cage. If a cage relocates while using this add-on, the sacrifice timer is paused for 20 seconds instead of 10 to allow the survivors more time to save the person. So this add-on would be awesome for the Executioner to, 1, accelerate the sacrifice process on one survivor, 2, know where survivors are going to be going for the save. He wouldn't be able to camp it at all, because if he does, it will teleport, and then the survivor will have more time with no struggle. I just think it would be awesome for giving him information and for putting the pressure on survivors without actually forcing someone to die, if that makes sense. So let me know in the comments what you think of that one. Lastly, let's talk about the Iridescent Seal of Metatron. Right now, what this does is when caging a survivor, all other survivors suffering from torment are revealed to you for 6 seconds, I think. Yep, 6 seconds. What I would change this to, because it rarely activates and is not worth using, when a survivor is sent to a Cage of Atonement, all tormented survivors scream and are exposed for 40 seconds. I think this would be very fitting of an iridescent add-on. It's powerful, not 100% OP because survivors can just hide or play safe, and Punishment of the Damned does not one-shot expose people. I think this would be a great change to make his iridescent add-ons actually worth taking. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you don't own the Executioner, buy him right now. He's the most fun killer in the game, and I will see you later.